Welcome to the AV Experience Podcast. Today we're going to talk about, hold on, let me get my mic right. All right. Today we are going to dive into the lifestyle of a man who's been married twice. Basically the same situation, and the title is Baggage Claim. We're gonna put it like that, you know. My man Jay, we've been friends for a minute.
Yes, sir.
And he's candid, he's open, he's old school, he's a solid cat, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dive into his life right now. Go ahead on and introduce yourself. Tell the folk about you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm MJ Jarrell Johnson. And like you said, I've been married twice, both relationships, 3 kids per relationship.
I liked both of your wives, and you know they were cool people
Initially.
on the outside looking in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we ain't had no issues or anything.
Never.
You know, I like their personality, and I like the way y'all looked, you know, from the outside looking in.
Right.
I didn't know your business or whatnot, but from the outside looking in, y'all look like the doggone...
The Huxtables.
Yeah, the Huxtables.
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, what made you get married to the first wife? Why did you marry your first wife?
All right. So, my first wife, I married her. Well, I mean, of course, because I loved her.
So love played a factor in you getting married?
Definitely. Love played a factor in getting married.
Okay.
Stability, being that I was not from this city. So she was probably one of the first women that I met here in Charlotte. Being that I was not from this city, I had no family, no friends here. I actually met her on the job, which as we all get older, we know that's a big no-no. But I was in my early 20s. So I don't know anybody here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I met her working at night, so we're spending a ton of time together. And it just, one thing led to another. You know, we were hanging out. She was married at the time.
She was married when y'all got together?
Yeah, she was married when we got together.
Okay.
Living with her husband. And we facilitated an affair.
Okay.
I had my own place. She would come over, hang out. I don't know what she was telling her husband at the time. Back then, I really didn't care. And so that's what it was. And then we got together. And you know, when we got together, she started building me up. I didn't know anything about owning a house. She already owned a house. So, you know, as the relationship progressed, she moved out, got her own place. Like I said earlier, she had 3 children. I started getting along with the kids, building a relationship with the kids.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So when y'all met, you knew she was married?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I did. But being a young person, most of the time, you don't care. Now, I will say this, 42, about to be 43 in March, I care now.
Okay.
There is no way that the new Jarrell would do anything, half the things that the old Jarrell did. I definitely care about all of those types of things now, because you got to be careful what you do, because karma will come back and bite you.
Okay.
So yeah, that was that. And then we moved in together, and we purchased a house over in our old neighborhood across from your old house.
Wait a minute. So you had another house before that house?
No, we moved in together in an apartment over off of Sharon Amity Avenue.
Oh, I thought that was your first place. Okay.
Well, that was our first house, yes.
Okay.
First house, but we moved into an apartment. Because I had my own apartment, she had her own.
Gotcha.
It just made sense, if we were going to aim for getting a house, it just made sense for one of us to move out. Being I had a 1-bedroom, she had a 3-bedroom because of the children. Mm-hmm. I moved in with her.
And the husband.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you got the house.
Uh-huh.
By this time, she's divorced.
Yes. By this time, she's divorced.
Okay. You got 3 kids and a new woman, a live-in family.
First time ever living with anybody other than my parents.
Wow. So you was fresh meat.
Yeah.
So how did you handle a woman with children?
Well,
not handle the children, but handle the situation. Like some men will come in and be like, them ain't my children, so go ahead and get the daddy to take care of them and fend for them and do whatever.
Well, I didn't act like that because one, that's not how I was raised.
Okay.
That's not how I was raised because, one, I didn't, I family is family.
Okay.
A father or a mother is not just the person that, either gave birth to you was a sperm donor. It's whoever taking care of you. Okay. Whoever got your best interest in mind. Whoever that's there for you day and night, 7 days a week. Making sure that you're okay. So in no way, shape, or form did I, say like, no, them your kids. I'm just out of it. What I did do was ease my way in. We did have a talk, and it was like, whatever you're comfortable with me doing, that's fine. I'll let you know if I'm uncomfortable or comfortable as the situation progresses. The only thing that I ask is for respect.
Okay.
And these are little kids at the time. I tried my best not to talk bad about their father, but there were times where they came to me and talked stuff about their father, and I'm not even gonna lie. I'm guilty of. When they say something, he shouldn't have did that. I should have never did that. What I should have did was say, okay, he loved you, regardless of how I felt. I should have just said, he loved you. Whatever the messed up situation was, he's supposed to come get you Friday because he's supposed to come every other Friday. Well, he didn't call and say he's coming to pick you up. He's gonna be here at 5. Here it is at 7. He still ain't came. Here it is at 8. He still ain't came. Now it's 10:30. He still ain't came. And so now we're sitting there. They're crying. We sitting down at the front door. They got their bags packed. They're crying. And, I hate him. I should have just said, let's not use those type words, those type of things. But that's in hindsight. When you're in it, you kind of go with the flow or whatever.
Right. Plus, you was young, so
Yeah, I was young, and you learn it. You learn it. We had a great relationship, and I think that's with whether you're a step parent or you're a regular parent. The woes come when they hit that, start smelling themselves, puberty, and that's when, shit started to hit the fan. And so the disrespect started to come, and it was literally only with one kid, which was the oldest at that point in time. I can't quite remember what the scenarios were. I want to say drop out of school. That's what I want to, and of course I don't play that. I'm not. You drop out of school, fine. So what's your plan B? Because you can't live here. Okay. Because if you make an executive decision to drop out of school, that means you just made an executive decision to be grown, which means you made an executive decision to go be out on your own.
Okay. Okay. That's right. That's right.
Because I'm not. The free shit stopped.
And these are, the oldest was a female. The middle was a boy. And the youngest was a female. Yeah. Now on the outside looking in, I mean, those kids were some good kids.
They were. And I'm gonna say this. I used to think it was a reflection on the parents.
Okay.
I used to think, because kids go to school just like we did, and they cut up and act up and have these personas to, impress the kids at school and do all that other stuff. And I'm thinking that, oh man, these kids are crazy. Their parents stupid. No. That's that. I've come to realize that is not the case. Kids are gonna do whatever they want to do when they walk out of your house, whether it's cut up, do whatever in school, and have the people in school thinking, their parents is on drugs, their parents don't care. I can tell you that's far from the truth because I've been in those scenarios plenty of times. All right. And I can tell you that's not true. I can tell you my first wife is a good person. Okay. I can tell you for sure. I can't say that about the second one, but but I'll get to that later. Okay. But the first one, I tell you, we were young.
How old was she? She was older than you, right?
Both were.
Yeah.
Both were.
Okay. So first wife, 3 children. How long were you married?
4 years.
4 years.
That was one of the most expensive weddings. I wanted to give her a wedding because her first marriage, she didn't get a wedding. And this is my first time. So we had one.
Right.
We had to me, extravagant wedding.
It was. It was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice. Really nice.
It was.
And by the way, I was the photographer.
Yeah, you were. You were.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Mm-hmm.
They did it up.
My girlfriend was laughing yesterday. I thought the other day I was telling her, yeah, we got married at this castle. Because it was like a small castle.
Sure was.
She was like, what? Y'all are weird. I said, yeah, we had like this big, 13-person entourage on both sides with the happy hour and the food and it was a lot.
Yeah, y'all went way out.
Way out. And I won't do that again.
Well, never. No,
I ain't saying I won't get married. I say I won't do that again.
I don't know. What if your wife say, look, I want this. We've been together for such and such, and I know you got it. Or I know we got it because I know you done changed.
Go ahead.
You know, I know you now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said, look, I want to go all out. I want to go to.
Yo, she got it too.
Yeah.
My girl got it too. No.
I know.
But
So,
still,
okay.
we can go. Look, I'm not gonna put it shuffle it under the table, but I will tell her this. What I don't want is what I did in my first marriage. Was here we are getting a divorce and we still paying for this wedding.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
It is.
That's crazy. Yeah. I was like, here it is, 4 years and we still paying for this wedding. 4 years in.
That's crazy.
We get a divorce. We had to pay for it for another 2 years after it was divorced.
Good gracious.
That's how. Yeah. That's why I said. And the wedding is, to me now, in hindsight, the wedding is the circus to entertain. Mm-hmm. That is not for me and you.
That's right. That's right. It's for everybody else.
Yeah, it's for everybody else. All that money we paid, I ate a strawberry that day. And you know all that food we had, I ain't eat nothing.
Yo, you was excited.
I was excited. I was bouncing around. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so, yeah, man, it's just.
It's all good.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that no more.
All right, so let's recap. First marriage, wonderful woman.
Yeah.
3 children, lasted 4 years.
Yeah.
Why did it end? What was the reason? Who ended it, and what was the reason?
Well, it's kind of fuzzy. Let me think back. I know she left one day because she got tired of arguing, and we were arguing because, like I said, the oldest one wanted to drop out of school, literally over the kids. Okay. You know, and she was like, well, that's my child. I want her to stay here. If she drop out, we'll find out. And I was like, hell no. No. I'm not because, and I get it, that's your child. Mm-hmm. But what people have to realize is when you're in a relationship for so long now, if I'm fresh and new and I ain't married and I'm just stepdaddy, I'm probably not gonna say nothing. But we've been in this thing for a long time. I've literally raised this girl. Mm-hmm. Her daddy ain't came around at all. Mm-hmm. So it's just been me. And now all of a sudden I'm not good enough to make the decision. But I've been good enough all these years. Right. And I'm like, no, you can't tell me that I don't mind taking care of children, but at a point, as we all do, we grow up. That's right. And I said, if she wants to make that decision, that's fine, but you can't live here. Okay. So it was a lot of arguing about the kids back and forth. And so she left. And look, we started talking a little bit. Mm-hmm. And after she left and things, we still married. So we started talking. But I think what did it for me is when I found out she was pregnant. A couple months after. I want to say either a couple months or a year after. But it wasn't long after me and her separated that I found out she was pregnant. Now
so was she still married when she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And so that, for me, is what broke the camel's back for me, because I'm like, all right, I'm already taking care of 3 kids that ain't mine. Now you pregnant by somebody else. Mm-hmm. Nah, this it right here. I got ain't no coming back. Ain't no. I'm not raising. I'm not doing it.
Okay. All right. The end.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next one. How did you meet?
Same deal, man. At work.
Man, you better leave them coworkers alone.
Oh, I'm done with that. Trust me. Trust me. That's not going to happen ever.
Okay.
So we met at work. Actually, I had seen her quite a bit, but I never talked to her because we were working 2 different shifts at that point in time. 2 different departments as well. I thought she was like this uppity, prissy, fine woman, you know, too fine for everybody, just whatever. You know, so as I finally wound up being on her shift in her department, so, you know, we became friends or whatever, just still nothing flirtatious, just friends or whatever. And then that was that. And then what happened was we had a job function at Carowinds, and we were working at night at that point in time. And so she was the contact person because the company gave her the tickets for Carowinds. And I didn't have my ticket, and I was the last one to leave the office. So I had to get her number. And this was innocent. I literally just asked her for a number for no side conversation, just so I can call her once I got, because she had the tickets at the theme park. So I was like, all right, once I get off and change clothes, I'm gonna head up to the park, and then I'll call you when I'm there. She was like, cool, whatever. So I get there, I call her a few times. She finally pick up. She comes to the gate, hand me my tickets. So we hanging with the crew. It's about 5 or 6 of us. We all, you know, crapping around, having fun, riding roller coasters. And then what happened? Oh, she said something to me because I got, you know, those big old turkey drumsticks. That is, yeah. So I was eating that. I hadn't eaten nothing. I'm hungry. So her and like 3 or 4 other women was sitting across the table from me watching me eat that chicken ball. Yeah,
Okay.
man. And they was like, oh boy, you eat chicken like that. I know. And all 4 of them are laughing. I'm like, okay. And so, you know, and that's how we started, you know, laughing and joking. And then, you know, I had her phone number. So she was like, just call me anytime.
Okay.
Now I knew this woman was married. But
Same scenario.
But the first one was intentional. Like, the first one was, okay, I know she married, I don't care.
Okay.
This one was like, oh, I know she married, I'm just gonna be friends, and we cool, we co-workers, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just started flirtations, and I'm like, okay. You know, doing a little flirtatious stuff at work, you know, sending a little flirtatious stuff. Oh, we need to hang out again. We had such a good time. I'm like, yeah, we can hang out with the crew. She was like, no, just me and you. I'm like,
okay.
okay.
So she was digging it.
She was digging it first. Yeah, we both kind of were. And then so what happened was, let's see. And again, I knew this woman was married, but she was telling me her husband cheated on her and all the other stuff, and he's hardly ever there. I don't know how true that is now, because now that I've met him and I've been with her, I'm like, and hearing this stuff, some of the stuff that she's saying about me that was untrue. I'm like, so if she's saying that about me that I know was untrue, what was she telling me about her first husband that was untrue to get me to kind of suck her in? You know what I'm saying? Because she told me all types of stuff. He did this, he did that, he ain't never did, he cheated on her. Well, this man owns his own business. And that's sometimes for me, I'm like, so what do y'all want? Y'all want an ambitious guy that's either going to work hard and get his money up so he can, you know, protect and provide for his family? Or you want somebody that's always there? Like, you can't have both
Lazy.
at the same time. No, you can't have both at the same time, unfortunately, you know. And so, you know, we started hanging out. I think how it went was I invited her over for a massage after work.
Okay.
And
I think I got that phone call. I think you called me when when that went down. You told me about that.
Yeah, so that was that. That was that. So, and then it kind of went from there. We started hanging out. I don't know what lies she was telling her husband to get out the house. I mean, we went to the beach together with some friends. Like, I don't know. Ain't no telling, because the stuff that I heard, I'm like, yeah, she must have this. And then knowing how she is, talking to her brother, talking to her family, knowing just, okay, so this is her MO. She been like this since high school.
So that's what you found out.
That's what I found out. Yeah, it's just she's, yeah.
All right, so y'all hook up. Come time to get married. Well, before that, you find out she has children.
Right. She has 3 kids. So it's the same sscenario.
Okay, so she got 3. She has 3, just like the first. Same scenario, like you just said.
Yeah, same scenario. We dated. We probably lived together and dated for 2 years before our job even knew. Because even we worked together, but we did not drive like the same car. We intentionally drove 2 separate cars.
This is why you're living together.
While we living together.
Okay.
And then, like, I remember somebody called us in the office and was like, kind of y'all two, we can get y'all kind of dating or whatever, but y'all can't be like hugging and kissing on the floor. I'm like,
Can't be fraternizing in the work job.
well, we were like, when does that ever happen? We ain't never done that.
Okay.
I'm too professional for that.
Okay.
And some people we've been together for 2 years. I remember one person in the office said, man, stop looking at that. You can't never have that. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, we live together. Well, see, that's how secret.
Yeah.
That's
how private you were.
How private I was. Like, you telling me I can never have it.
And you got it.
I got that.
Okay.
Like, what are you talking about?
So I guess she moved in. When did she get divorced?
Probably within a year of moving in with me. And then I really didn't get divorced from my first wife until maybe 2 or 3 years of me and her dating. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, okay. So y'all wasn't cutting it close when y'all got married.
Nah.
Okay.
We was good. We was good. But I'll say this, what I did learn is how you get them is how you lose them. Like I said earlier, karma. Karma is nasty. I learned a lot in that marriage. I learned a lot of what I like, what I don't like, and she needs some help. Just like I got some help after our marriage, damage and stuff.
You got help during your marriage too, didn't you?
Yeah. Help, but mainly, to be honest with you, it was after the fact is when it is really, and that's a lot of things people don't understand about men. Look, it's a mental distortion going on after all that. I need to go get some psychology, some type of help, like to iron some things out. And what I learned during that was I could be mad with her all day. That's not gonna help me.
So everything that's on social media now is everybody's talking about men healing. Men taking the time to heal themselves before they get into another relationship.
You do.
And stuff like that.
Well, not just men, people, period.
Yeah, people, period. But, men don't get help usually.
No, we don't. We think we just keep going.
Yes.
But I had to stop for a minute because I was at a point in my life where, one, at this point, I'm recognizing the pattern.
Okay.
I'm meeting these chicks at work. I'm meeting these chicks at work that are married. I'm meeting these chicks at work with 3 kids. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's a pattern, man.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And I decided I'm not about to be nobody's stepdaddy no more.
Okay.
I don't want that. I'm not helping. I'm not in the market of building that no more.
Okay.
And I think what attracted me to my second woman is because when my first wife and that stuff was done, she had 3 kids. So when that was over, I felt the emptiness or void that I was used to of having kids around. So I kind of seeked out that same type of scenario to make me feel comfortable instead of taking time for me to realize what was it. 1, what happened. 2, how can I be a better person and a better man and a better partner? And 3, why am I seeking out these women with kids?
Right.
And then in having great relationships, and then when they hit the fan, when they get that teenager stuff, it's like, some people go over the top than others.
So it was the same situation with the second wife over the kids?
Yeah, and cheating and over the kids. This kid scenario, 5 times worse than the first one. Okay. Just way over the top. You got DSS in the house. You got all different types of stuff. Just all different types of unnecessary stuff. Because instead of being a mother, you're too busy being a friend.
Okay. Well, that seems like the thing with these new mothers. They're They're too busy trying to be and wanting to be liked by the kids, trying to be the kids' friends, as opposed to growing the kids up and exposing them to the real world, discipline, and all that stuff. So that seems like it seems like it's a trend nowadays.
Well, but that's social media for you, man. I'm not a big social media person. Yes, I'm on there, but I think social media has fried men and women's brains. Now, I know the trend for us men is to be, not all men, because I can tell you I'm not in this category, but the trend I see for most of us men is seeking out these Instagram models and these pictures and going to date them and all, like that's, it to each his own. That's not me. And since that's the trend, these women, they get their bodies done and they start getting all this attention off of social media, which is not real. And I'll be honest with you, that's also part of what happened with my second relationship. She got all this surgery and now she thinks she's better than everybody. And like you doomed yourself. You get on here and you getting all these likes and all this other stuff.
The attention.
And I'm like, you almost 50 years old. Sit your ass down.
Right. When is it just for your husband?
When is it just for your husband? Look, I will say this. I'm not against you posting pictures and put it out there. That's fine. If your man is okay with that, that's perfectly fine. But there comes a certain point, especially as we get older, we are not 21, 22 years old, okay? You need to make sure that whatever type of picture that you have is tasteful, elegant, classy, you know? Whether it's with your man or whatever type, is your man okay? Now, by no means you ain't got to run nothing by us, because that's not how it is.
Right. But you ought to know.
But you ought to know. Common
Moral.
sense.
Yeah.
Say, no, this might be a little inappropriate. I'm married or I'm in a relationship.
Right.
I can't be out with my ass out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, can't do that. But
almost like advertising.
Yeah, I'm single. I'm single.
Yeah, that's wild.
Right.
Okay. So that was the end of the second. And by this time, you've decided you are not raising anybody else's children.
Nope. Not doing it.
And
I refuse.
Your second wife was older too. So are you going for the older? You done with the older women with children, or you going?
I'm gonna say this. I don't know what attracted me to older women. I honestly don't know. All of my life, though, just in hindsight, every single woman I either married, which was those two, or dated, were all older than me, whether it's by a year or by 3 or 4 years.
Look, I kind of have an idea. I've met your parents, and your parents are old school, traditional, good folk.
Right.
That instill that old, and you the youngest of the siblings, so you got an old school flavor about yourself. So maybe you were you were expecting that same flavor from the females. You know what I'm saying?
Good word. I like that. I was expecting that, but I didn't get that.
Right.
And so now, and unbeknownst to me, here I am with somebody younger. And to be honest, she got her shit together more than these other two ever did.
Okay.
No, they're serious.
I know it.
And it crept up on me, because I was not looking for a relationship. And I think I had just finished playing I played kickball in this little kickball league I was in. I had just hurt my knee and my ankle. This was last summer. And she hit me up. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I was on Match.com. I'm like, I thought, again, I've been in a relationship for quite a while. And I think, we were married for 6. We were together for probably almost 13, 14 years. My second, in total, between dating and marriage, couple, probably 12, 13 years.
What?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, because we dated for 6, and then we were married for 6.
Man, it don't seem like that.
It don't seem like it. So about 12 years.
Good gracious.
12 years down the drain. That's why I said I'm not wasting my time with anybody else's kids no more.
Well, you know what? You can't say it was down the drain because you also said you learned some things. Well, you learned lessons.
I learned self-accountability.
Okay.
I learned to be mindful about what you put up with, because what happens is we get complacent in these relationships and you let stuff slide or you brush it off. And some stuff needs to be brushed off because some stuff just ain't that big. You know, it ain't that big of a problem.
Right.
But certain stuff, if you got a problem with it, speak on it with intentions, but speak on it with, you know, integrity. Speak on it with respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm not saying just go all wild out and just be super pissed and start arguing and yelling. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But speak on it in a respectful manner to let your partner know, hey, you know what? I ain't like that.
Right.
Instead of allowing it to fester and just be like, oh, he liked that. Yeah, I like that. Hey, he, ha, ha. And in reality, you don't.
Okay.
Because, you know, accountability, like I said, was probably the biggest thing. And not accountability of the other person, but accountability of myself.
Mm-hmm. So
learning to say no.
You grew, or you had to be growing in order to seek help, healing help. So you was already on the path to growing and growth and healing.
Right.
And then you went out and got outside help, therapy or whatnot.
Yep.
Which is a major move. That's a major move.
I'm open and honest about that because I don't think I could have not. That allowed me to break through whatever barrier that I had for myself of thinking of, wait a minute, oh, I can't, I'm bad at this, I'm bad at, no, you're not. I'm not bad at none of that. You, or when I say you, I'm speaking of me, third person, just, I allowed certain things to happen. So I can't be mad at this person.
Right.
Because I allowed that.
That's right. That's right.
That's, you know, and then it came to a point, I remember my therapist said, it comes a point where even, so now you're not with this person, but your mind is still going back and forth with it. So now at this point, that person is no longer hurting you, you're hurting yourself.
Okay.
And when he said that, I actually started crying for a minute. And it wasn't sad tears, it was just like, damn, you're right. Then I started thinking back on all the stuff. I'm like, I should have did this, or I should have did that. But I didn't. So then I started putting the ownership on me. And then you sit here and do that, and then it's the double standard, you know. So now here I am single out here, and I tell people what I'm not gonna do. Oh, you selfish. And I tell them, no, I'm not selfish, you just don't know my story. Because I'm a very giving person, a loving person. But I'm not willing to give it to, or love anybody that does not deserve it. Okay? If you're in my orbit and I want to be in a relationship with you, I want to make sure that one, I trust you, you trust me. And look, people are gonna do what they want to do. Sorry, people are gonna do what they want to do. I'm not gonna be checking your phone based upon what somebody else did. Because what you do in the dark gonna come in the light. I'm not gonna be checking behind you. I'm not gonna be all on your social media, ask you questions about nobody. You still do you.
So what happens if you got that? We have suspicions. Like you see clues, or I wouldn't even call them clues. It's just suspicious stuff.
I'm going
suspect stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Because I'm all that arguing.
Okay.
I ain't got it in me no more.
You don't have to argue, but
right.
In discussing it, how can you decipher, or is it easy for you to decipher the representative from what's real?
I will say, if you have a suspicion, it's one thing to be like, oh, I think you're doing it with nothing, no type of suspicion. You just want to check just to check. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, my lady, she did that to me, and I ain't gonna lie, I got pissed and upset, and she was like, oh, well, you must be hiding something. I said, you know what? Nah, check my phone, and she'll tell you this. And we laughed after about. She checked my phone, and then after I tested, and I told her, all right, now after you check my phone, you can get out.
Okay.
She was like, get out. I said, yeah. I said, because you ain't gonna find nothing.
You talking about the second?
No, I'm talking about my lady now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, because we was in my house at the time. I said, after you done checking my phone, you can get out.
Okay.
Because I'm not doing nothing. And for you to come and I ain't gave you no reason to even feel like that.
Okay.
So for you to come and ask me randomly to come check my phone, and then you tell me, oh, you must be hiding because I won't. No, that's my phone. I don't ask to check your phone.
Okay.
I'm not hiding nothing. And then I wound up giving her my phone, and I told her I unlocked it for her and everything. I gave it, and I walked in the other room. And as I was walking up the steps, I said, "Now after you done, you can get the hell out of my house."
Okay. Okay.
Cause you ain't gonna find nothing. You about to feel real stupid.
So I take it she didn't check it because
She went through it a little bit, and then she was like, "All right, I don't want to go through it no more."
So you didn't stick to your guns then?
No, I was like, "All right, well then, I'll help you pack your bags." Then she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna chill here." I said, "No, go ahead and leave."
All right. So because you said that, because I know you, man. Like you be joking.
I was dead serious that time.
I don't know about that, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't want her to leave, but
Yeah.
But I was so mad that you would even do that. Like, why would you do that?
Insecurity.
And I get that because look, we've all been through things, but one thing that I'm never going to do is hold somebody accountable for what somebody else did in the past.
You know what? That's easier said than done.
True, but I check myself because I do find myself thinking things, but I also realize I'm thinking these things based upon somebody else. You didn't do that to me, so therefore I can't hold you accountable or hold you to the fire for something that you did not do.
Right, but there's always a blanket that.
True.
But
that's when you got to check yourself. You just got to check yourself. Is it worth doing all that? No, it's not. Because like I said earlier, what's done in the dark gonna come in the light, man.
Yes.
It's gonna eventually reveal itself. I don't need to go through doing all that. Even if it's going on for 3 or 4 months, you gonna get lazy, you gonna trip up, and it's gonna come to light.
That's right. That's right. I always say everything.
I just let it be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather let it be than me digging. Like I can spend my energy doing other things than be digging through whatever it is I think that you got going on.
Let me ask you this: in your marriages, did you ever suspect anything?
Hell yeah. Not my first one. My first one didn't go down like that.
Okay.
But my second one, yeah, and yeah, I did. And I caught her, and that's the best thing. Like, I caught her first. Now, I'm not saying tit for tat, because look, I'm guilty as well. But this is it. But after the fact that I had already caught her, and so then I started doing stuff, and then just back and forth, man, and that get tiring. And I completely regret doing what I did, regardless of what she had done. I can't speak for nobody else, but as far as the ownership, I take ownership and full ownership of whatever I did as far as to make the marriage collapse.
Okay.
But in hindsight, we shouldn't have got married, one.
You shouldn't have got
No, we shouldn't have got married, man. We shouldn't just act, because I caught her before. This is before we got married. You know what I'm saying? So that's one.
Well, you can't, I don't know about that now. You can't hold her accountable.
Nah, man.
I
heard a couple of times after that too, though.
After marriage?
Yeah, flirting, doing other stuff. Like,
okay, well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, no. We should have never got married.
One marriage, 2 marriage. What about the third? What's happening?
What about the third?
You gonna do it again, or you turned off? Or
I'm not turned off, but I will say this: I'm in a different space, mind space right now. Like I said, my lady got her own house. Okay. I got my own house. So literally at this point, we are steps ahead of my first 2 marriages.
Right.
I'm thinking like properties, investment.
And no children.
And no kids. And she don't want none.
Okay.
Which was another reason why on our first date, she made it very clear. I'm young, yes, but I don't want any children.
Okay.
Because of things that happened in her life, and just, her sister has a child, and it's just like, she's like, nah, I'm good. Because we up and go, man. Like we up and go. Now we got dogs, if you want to call them children. But they easy to find a dog sitter. I literally have the same dog sitter for both of them. Well, we could just go drop them off and be gone. No, but I want to enjoy my life now, man. I've raised 6 kids that were not mine. And I'll say this, and it's not to all women or men that have children and are raising kids and get with somebody and they become a step parent or whatever. But the lack of respect, I think, for step parents, and I think the biggest bullet that I had to swallow was the fact that I just sat here and gave this money with no child support, by the way, no child support, by the way, no child support, by the way, my money
Out the pocket.
out my pocket, taking care of your children, and then you turn around and now that the kids are grown and stuff, now all of a sudden you don't need nobody, so now you want to go run the streets.
Right. That's wild.
Right.
But check this out. That's your experience.
Yeah, it's not everybody's. That's just me.
I want to let these wives know that I ain't got, I like y'all.
Yeah, look.
And this my buddy, this my partner and everything.
This is not every woman.
But
so
y'all
let me
didn't
be clear.
Right. Huh?
That's not every woman is not like that.
Oh, no. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to your exes right now. I'm talking to your exes right now. You
All
know,
right. Okay.
You divorced Jay. I don't have a problem with you because I ain't live with you. I didn't marry you, so
I ain't got no problem with you either.
I ain't got no bone in the game. So, I like you myself. I don't like that y'all not together no more, but
Understood.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You think it's forever.
Yeah.
You think it's forever, but sometimes not. And like you just say, hey, look, I ain't got no animosity against him either. I think for each relationship, it has taught me and built me. It's gotten me things. Well, for instance, my house. We got that house with the first wife. I've had the house for now 16 years. As I just told you and showed you the pictures, it's been completely brought to date, remodeled, and modernized for 2024. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have that. Now, of course, it's been refinanced only in my name and everything.
If it wasn't for who, you wouldn't have it.
My first wife.
Oh, okay.
We bought that house together.
Right.
I remember we bought that house and they started building it. We got married and we moved in just after our marriage, after our wedding, because they were, at the point of completion.
Right.
And then now I've made it into my house. So it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have had this project that I just finished and turn it into my house.
Gotcha.
Her name is off. It's been off.
Gotcha.
And we didn't argue over it or nothing. She just signed it over.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
A good thing.
Look, because there's nothing to argue about. So
she took responsibility or accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that was on point.
And that's a big deal. Again, and that's going back. We could say somebody did this to me or somebody did that to me, but like I just said earlier, no, there's a lot of things that I did to myself that I allowed for somebody to do to me. So I opened the gate. I didn't have my wall up. I didn't have my shield up.
So what advice would you give another young cat? Because I've always say you a gem. You know what I'm saying? You old school. You a gem. You are what women are looking for. You know what I'm saying? What would you give? What kind of advice would you give? Because we recognize, well, at least I do. I'm pretty sure you can recognize a good dude when you see a good dude.
I sure do.
So, what advice would you give a good dude?
I'd say this: if you're in that situation,
young dude, let's say 20, before he get married, he's
somebody with kids and stuff like that. I would say this, and this is something that I didn't do in my second marriage. Check out the relationships with their father. Check out the relationships if say, for instance, I'll go back to my last marriage. 1, 2, 3 baby daddies. Check the relationships with them child's fathers. Why? You got to ask yourself, okay, here I am, but you got 3 baby daddies. Why the hell are they not with you? Why the hell do they not even care? What happened?
To be in the child's life.
To be not to be in the child's life, just to even mess with the woman, period.
Well, we know why men mess with women, doggone it.
No, why they don't mess with her no more.
Oh,
is the question.
Okay.
Here I am, you got 3 baby daddies. You was married to one of them. Why it should have been a red flag for me when she cheated on the husband with me, and this dude didn't even fight. He was like, "Oh, cool, bye."
Okay, so something must have been going south anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't into it.
He wasn't into it
invested
anyway.
Yeah.
So what, as a man, you got to ask yourself, yeah, this all fun and games. We out here running the streets under the cover of the moon and doing stuff late at night. Yeah, and it's the thrill. Oh, I'm having sex with this woman or whatever. And then it get to the, when everything comes to the light, and now you call yourself in a relationship with this woman that was clearly cheating on this man. One, don't be with her. Fellas, don't be with her.
Okay.
And the same thing, vice versa. Women, don't be with him.
Okay.
Just because if he cheating on, or if she cheating on their significant other at that point in time, they gonna do the same to you. They gonna do it. It's just a matter of time, because what happens is the thrill eventually starts to drop, and now you're the new shiny toy. You're no longer shiny toy no more. So now they need a new shiny toy. So they're gonna go find the new shiny toy.
Okay.
And now, again, you got to look at the people's patterns. That's not for everybody. But in this case, there was a clear pattern. Again, this is me going through therapy and writing things down in a journal and realizing there was a clear pattern that was right in front of me, but I was blinded by the sex. I'm blinded by the fun time. I'm blinded because now here I am. I'm single, but I have this shiny new thing in front of me, and it's looking good. It's smelling good. It's feeling good. I'm not paying any attention
to the red flags.
To the red flags. I'm not paying any attention to the details that are literally right there in front of me.
Right. And that's something we that's why I ask you if love was involved in the marriage, because love is blinding.
It is.
Some. And so I tell my wife I wasn't in love when we got married. That love, abstract love emotion wasn't a factor in me asking her to marry me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's why I asked. Most people I was in love, so we got married. What is it? What is love? You got to. Love has no concrete future. Right. There's no concrete in love.
Right. Is there some stability? Are we going to grow together? Or are we going to build together?
And how?
Yeah. This woman that I'm with now, again, I'm not trying to play nobody's superhero with 3 kids or 4 kids or 5 kids.
Right.
She don't need that.
Okay.
And she'll tell you, I don't need him. I got my own money.
That's right. Okay.
But what drove me to her, again, and so before her, being single out here, dating, going to cigar bars around Charlotte and doing all, I've been on so many dates, man, where these women be like, oh, my man need to buy me red bottoms and a Range Rover. And I remember I was talking to this one woman, and she was fine. Fine. I think she was a surgeon. I done dated. She makes her money, but when she said that, but she could afford it, so I'm like, yeah, I ain't into that. So that's what cut it for me for her. But there was another woman that said almost the exact same. She won't make it nowhere close to the money. And so she got very upset with me because I'm like, okay, these are all your expectations, and your expectations are your expectations, but they're way up here. So then let me ask you this question. You have all these object money expectations that somebody needs to buy you all this stuff, which equals to you love, I guess. Hell, I don't know. But can you buy yourself any of that?
Right.
Oh, no, I can't afford that. Oh, okay. So you expect me to do it because maybe I can afford it for me. So you want me to do the same for you. Yeah, nah, that's not going to happen.
But that's I'm telling you, man, that social media.
That social media beat their heads, man.
Yeah, it got them going crazy.
Crazy. Like, no. And that's why this lady here that got her own, she not into all that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's just into her good nights are just like I think with Christmas Eve, I just made the charcuterie board and we just sat in the house and watched movies all night.
Okay.
I ain't had to spend no money. We put on pajamas, sat up in my little media room. She watched me play my PS5 for a little while. Then I went downstairs. I fixed the charcuterie board, some wine, and we just chilled all night long on Christmas Eve. And then I let her open her presents Christmas Day. She was like, "This is the best Christmas I've had out of all her boyfriends or what." Like just You know,
Oh.
yeah, she was crying, man. But I mean, that made me feel good. She was like, "Oh, we had a budget and you ain't stick to it." I said, "I know, but it's fine." You know, because it ain't no problem. Look, I seen my dad spoil my mother plenty of time.
Okay.
Plenty. So that's where I come from. I'm going to spoil my lady to my ability.
I know it. I know it.
I'm going to.
You Flash Gordon.
No, go ahead.
I know that.
I'm going to spoil because, this woman, she done had my back. She instead of, and look, all relationships, you may be in a disagreement or argument or whatever.
Okay.
But her biggest thing is, one, she wants to resolve it right then and there. Ain't no going to no sleep, ain't no leaving, it ain't no yelling.
Okay.
We're gonna have a disagreement. Fine, we have a disagreement. We're gonna solve this shit right now. And then we're gonna smile, hug it out, and keep it moving.
That's all right. How long is that gonna last?
It's actually doing real because this is new to me. I'm used to that arguing back and forth. And I said I ain't want to do all that arguing. So now it's problem solving.
Okay.
She's very mindful. If she has a problem, she's very mindful of how she presents it to me.
Okay.
She don't come yelling and screaming and her hands all in my face. She don't do none of that. She's like, "Hey, I got a question. Let me ask you something."
Okay.
And then I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I get defensive. Because I'm like, "Why'd you ask me that? Blah, 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 blah." Then she'd be like, "All right, all I did was ask you a question. You asked me to come to you in a calm manner. That's what I'm doing."
Okay. She called you on it.
She called me on it. I'm like, "You know what? You're right. Let me just calm down a little bit." And then we discuss it. And our thing is, it's not about being who right or who wrong. It's making sure, one, both of us are heard. Whether we're wrong or right, doesn't matter. She says what she needs to say. I say what I need to say. Then we meet somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
That's being grown.
Right.
Because we both understand that we're both single. We both have our own stuff. We don't have to be here.
Right.
Okay? We could easily just cut it and I can move on.
So
She can move on.
So, and from my understanding, she's, do she have old school values? I know she's from the South.
Yes. She's the reason why my house looks the way it looks now.
Okay, so she's turning your house into a home.
She erased all of the 6 kids and the 2 wives.
Okay.
She's the reason why my house now looks like it was built in 2024.
Okay.
My second wife, I'll never forget. This the ghetto. This that. And no, I don't know what ghetto looked like this. But now you call my house a ghetto, but my house was also 4 times bigger than yours when I met you, and now it's 6 times bigger than yours because you're in an apartment.
Okay, all right. Wow.
So paying rent. I have a mortgage. I own this right here, baby. And now I was, again, a good woman. My dad always said a good woman will inspire you to be better.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
With that.
And when you're talking about your dreams and things like that, she will help you. She won't hinder. She won't tear you down. She will help you and assist you in getting there. But like you stated earlier, good men or men that have or are established, or men that are not assholes, and men that just chill, just they got their own stuff. They ain't living with their mama or their aunt, their uncle, grandma.
Them jewels.
Got all their own stuff.
Yeah.
That's hard to come, but they ain't got no kids. Yes. I ain't got no baby mamas.
Right. No baggage.
No baggage. So I can go do whatever I want to, whether it's 1 p.m. or 1 a.m.
Right.
Right.
All right. That was very interesting. I'm gonna recap before we wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
First wife, 3 children, beautiful women.
By the way, beautiful women. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got real good taste. Physical taste. But it was the exact same scenario from marriage 1 to marriage 2. And
break the cycle, y'all. Break the cycle.
Yeah.
You got to realize what the pattern is. And
and he sought therapy. He got therapy. He got help what these women is talking about, men healing and stuff like that. I want to give a shout out to Latoya Covington. She has a show called Shop Talk, where she advocates for men's health and wealth and well-being and stuff. So, y'all go check her out. Now is the time to where everybody needs to heal, but now's the time where it's directed to the men, because men don't usually get help, seek help, because men are we have this idea that men are so strong and,
Preach.
We handle everything. We can handle anything. We carry the world on our shoulders.
Yes.
And don't need help doing it.
Yes.
That's the idea.
Let me tell you, no woman should ever tell a man how to be a man, and
They can't.
Because you can't. And no man should ever tell a woman how to be a woman.
That's right.
So for men, if a woman tells you you're weak for crying, or you're weak for feeling, or you're weak for being emotional, get rid of her. Get rid of her. Because we're all human beings, okay? And you have every right to feel how you feel. It's okay. It's completely okay.
Right. Now, I did therapy too. Well, I've been doing therapy for almost 20 years. And it was for a different reason, but included in that therapy was relationship, insights or whatever.
Yes, sir.
But most of it was about me. And it works. I'm gonna say it helps.
It sure does.
You know what I'm saying? It helps.
It sure does.
I am not the same person that you met.
Right, you not. I know I ain't the same person you met almost 20 years ago.
That's right. Right.
I'm not.
And I'm pretty sure you seen my door revolving or whatnot.
Man, I done seen you change so many times.
And so I was seeking, because by the time I moved over there, I got my stuff together, right?
Right.
So I was searching.
I know, I saw. You were searching.
Yeah. So I was searching for that. And, because of therapy, I had accepted who I was for what I was, and I accepted me for me.
That's the key right there, though.
Yeah.
Accept yourself.
That's
Nobody's
right.
going to accept you until you accept yourself.
That's right. You got to be accountable for yourself, your actions, your ways, and recognize who you really are.
Yeah, know who you are.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Who you are.
So in ending, we're gonna wrap this up. In ending, I appreciate you coming through, sharing your personal experience with me.
For sure, I'm an open book, man.
Say what?
I'm an open book.
Open book. Okay, good. So good, you'll come back then, because I got some more topics we can holler at.
Hey, we can Cat Williams this thing all day.
Don't spill the beans on nobody now. Don't expose them like that. But yeah. So this is the AV Experience podcast, and I can talk about just about anything. I've experienced a whole lot in my life, so I can talk. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have conversation. I'm no journalist. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? This ain't my arena, but I decided to try it, and that's what I'm doing, and that's the way it is. So thanks for tuning in to the AV Experience podcast, and go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, make comments, do what you do, and yeah, that's how we do it. We out. Peace.